The 80s attract us with their bright colors, neon signs, disco and craziness. It was an era of experimentation, sci-fi action movies, absurdist comedies and thrash horrors, as well as the birth of cyberpunk. This period delved into fantasy worlds and created youth comedies that are still relevant today. Today I want to share 5 of my favorite movies that are the epitome of the 80s. These movies allow you to turn off your brain and just immerse yourself in the atmosphere of that time. Each of them brings positive emotions and I recommend you to watch them all. Retired Special Forces Commander Colonel John Matrix lives in a spacious home away from the hustle and bustle of the city, sharing his days with his 11-year-old daughter, Jenny. However, the tranquility of their lives is disrupted when John's former subordinate kidnaps his daughter and demands the assassination of the president. Naturally, John decides to save his daughter and eliminate anyone who gets in his way. Here we have the first parody action movie in history that doesn't just use cliches, but turns them into a whole art form. Old action movies have always been associated with a half-naked Schwarzenegger rushing through enemies with an imposing look and inexhaustible ammunition. John Matrix doesn't just become an action movie, he becomes the epitome of all action movies. The final shootout remains one of the best ever, and if you appreciate old movies for their naivete, here you'll find yourself watching the entire movie with a smile on your face. After the death of a prominent police officer, experimental scientists recreate him as an invulnerable cyborg named RoboCop. He takes the path of single-handedly fighting a gang of criminals despite his trusty armor. However, even technological improvements can't protect him from the painful memories of his past. RoboCop is constantly haunted by wispy, nightmarish dreams in which he confronts the brutality of the criminals that led to his death. Now RoboCop not only seeks justice, but also burns with a desire for revenge. The movie RoboCop is a fascinating blend of good old-fashioned brutality with humor, giving it a unique charm. Even today, this lampooning movie remains relevant and interesting, giving viewers the opportunity to enjoy a classic of the genre. Perhaps this movie does not require additional introduction. It is one of the outstanding representatives of its genre. Back in our childhood, we enjoy watching this movie with pleasure, and even now its jokes remain just as funny. Characters are memorable, and if you accidentally missed this movie earlier, it is definitely worth watching. Vivid impressions are guaranteed. The movie Back to the Future, I think you've at least heard of it. The first installment continues to hold its place at the top of movies everyone should see. This movie is not just good, it is one of the best sci-fi movies ever made. Everything about it is great: the story, the music, the atmosphere, the setting. Why only the first 2 parts? The thing is that the third part is noticeably different from the previous ones. In it, the main location becomes the Wild West, while the previous parts take us to the 80s, stylish 50s and futuristic future. In general, I think that at least the first part is worth watching for everyone who likes movies. The Naked Gunny is not just a parody of movies about cops and spies, although that's how it starts. The main character, LT, Frank Drebin, is considered the best cop in the world. His friend Northberg was shot 5 times and thrown into the sea, but fortunately none of the bullets hit important organs. Now Drebin has to investigate the case of a possible assassination of the English Queen. The movie is not limited to mere parody, it is absurd enough to be unique. Jokes from it will always be relevant, and the movie can be revisited endlessly because it always evokes positive emotions. The main character, Leslie Nielsen, created the image of a policeman who does not realize what he is doing, but he is always forgiven. This movie is suitable for viewing in any company. You can be sure that everyone will like it.